Howdy folks, apologies for my absenteeism in this last rather large gap since my last video. This one's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be more of a rant, and a particular article in the news kind of spurned this on. As many of you may have heard, Anthony Bourdain recently killed himself, and I came across this article from CNN talking about the contagion effect of highly public suicides. It's a pretty well-known phenomenon. Basically, the concept is, after a highly visible suicide, like Robin Williams for example, suicides go up for a while. Now, for years I've been saying that mass shootings probably work in a similar fashion, and I'll probably cover this in a video all by itself, but for the purposes of this video, I was just generally assuming that the mainstream media didn't know or hadn't heard about it, but 5 minutes of searching led me to believe otherwise. As you can see, there are well-known publications that have covered this, and they do know about it, and if you look at the dates, they've known about it for years. These are just two examples here, but both CNN and the Huffington Post covered this 3 years ago. Quote from the CNN article: Jack Levin, a criminologist at Northeastern University, said it's the amount of media coverage that matters. It's the excessive media attention that creates the copycat phenomenon. We make celebrities out of monsters. And it's so fucking true. Check this shit out. As of 2014, there were at least 17 attacks in 36 plots inspired by Columbine alone. And here's an excerpt of self-awareness from Huffington Post. I think we're starting to realize we, the media, have sort of played a role, Dave Cullen, author of the book Columbine, told MSNBC after the Washington Navy Yard shooting in 2013. We didn't start it, but we have sure been hurling the gasoline on, or allowing it, really gassing it up. So what can the media do? One approach would be to implement informed, responsible reporting practices to help end the cycle of gun violence, perhaps similar to the existing media recommendations for reporting on suicide. Some experts, along with proponents of the anti-notoriety campaign and #NoNotoriety movement, have suggested that the media refrain from publishing the shooter's name or photograph. We should not give out the names, we should not show bloody scenes. Harris Stratner, a clinical associate professor of psychiatry at Mount Sinai School of Medicine, told Huffington Post. There are no simple answers, but we should stop turning these people into legends, because that's what inspires copycat crimes. In light of this, do we get any restraint? No. Huffington Post and CNN both continue to show the likes of these shooters, their faces, what they believe in, everything. Now, my problem isn't specifically that they're doing this. To the credit of certain media organizations, people have caught on, and they are indeed peddling their own agenda about gun control or what have you, but they're no longer showing the face or names of these people. My problem is when you have people like CNN or the Huffington Post or X taking the high road, and yet they have evidence showing what they're doing is part of the problem, and they don't do anything about it. They can, and they won't. Now, I'm not saying that limiting media coverage is the ultimate solution to fix mass shootings, but there's something that really rubs me the wrong way when you have media outlets that are trying to take the high road. They're pushing their gun control, they're trying to claim they're saving lives, and they're doing what they can to make sure this never happens again. When there's something that they could be doing themselves, there's evidence that it would help, they're aware of and have covered it, and they don't do anything about it. Now, a lot of these journalists on an individual level, I'm sure, do care about saving lives, but it shows to me that as a corporation, these entities care more about the bottom line and pushing their own agenda. Anyway, it pisses me off, and that's all I have for today. See you next time.